What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Recently, and many of you probably saw my video on FunTown Splashtown USA, I took a visit to the state of Maine and ended up stopping in an area known as Old Orchard Beach. And while I rode lots of coasters this trip, one place that really stood out to me, more so than I thought, was a beachside amusement park known as Palace Playland. With one of only 2 coasters in America designed by Preston and Barbary, the place seemed promising, and as I always do, I decided to leave a review. With lots of cool, quirky rides, a couple coasters, and an extremely rare drop tower, I do think this is one of the best parks in Maine. So without further ado, here is a review, as well as my experience at Palace Playland in Old Orchard Beach. During the early 1900s, Palace Playland was a modest amusement park with a roller skating rink and a nearby merry-go-round. With a full-on wooden coaster built by PTC, lemonade and saltwater taffy were among the simple summer treats available here, and crowds were often high. Run by future banker and philanthropist Bernard Osher, Palace Playland was known for operating a 1910 Philadelphia Toboggan Company carousel, and slowly began circulating rides in through the years. Since its opening, the park has seen 8 individual roller coasters and is now owned by Joel Golder, who purchased the park from the Osher family in 1996. Of course, I had the opportunity to visit this park, and there's a lot of cool things about it. To start, because the area is so busy, we decided to rent bikes and bike in. Now, this was cool because not just Palace Playland, but the surrounding city and buildings are just super fun to come around in and explore. Lots of beach shops, cheap pier food, rides, games, everything you want for a fun afternoon/evening at the beach. The weather is also nice, the area is kept clean, and it's honestly just super inviting. Keep in mind too that Palace Playland is free entry, so you can wander right on in and buy tickets up front depending on what you want to do. And I'll tell you, there's a lot to do. First off, we went straight to the coaster Sea Viper that just opened in 2018, and man, we loved it. With a height of 70 feet and speeds of over 40 miles an hour, the coaster is made up of helixes and S-bends that are crazy forceful. And for you enthusiasts watching, the back row is ridiculously whippy, so if you like laterals, this is probably a coaster you're going to like. Following this, we rode their SBF Visa Wipeout, and yeah, it's an SBF Visa, but the little kids loved it, and I thought it fit in pretty well here. It was smooth, decently themed, and sits next to Main Street, which was interesting too. We then rode the Claw, this one was particularly large, the slides, Sea Viper again, and eventually wound up at a relatively small but interesting drop tower. I mean, this thing was weird. It sits people on all 4 sides, and appeared to reach a height of around 60 feet. And I'll tell ya, airtime, airtime, airtime. Imagine like an oversized frog hopper or something. I mean, it was pretty much as bizarre as it gets. Following this, we rode Sea Viper one more time, and I interviewed the ride operator who's been with the park for many years and operated previous coasters here. Here's what he had to say. John has been operating and running at this park for 9 years. What do you think of the ride? You like working here?
I think it's awesome. It's an outstanding asset to the park. I think it brings in a lot of business, increased tourism, excitement. This is one of the most exciting rides the Beachfront Amusement Park has ever had, and I'm very proud to be a part of this great community and establishment.
So yeah, super cool coaster, and it's always nice to see the ride operators know their coasters and get excited about their jobs. But by this point, we'd headed up to some other theme parks that day and left the area. However, we actually loved Palace Playland so much, we ended up there the next evening to get some pictures and do some of the attractions we hadn't the day before. Overall, Palace Playland is a pretty cool park run by great people, and I'd love to see some of you come here and give it a try. I should also give a massive shout out to the head manager at the time when we came. Our group received complimentary access to the park and its facilities, as well as filming permissions, so our stay was great. I would absolutely recommend this park, and I hope those of you who can will stop in and experience the attractions. Funny side note too, we parked at a hotel owned by a lady named Kim when we came the next evening, and she didn't believe our story about the park review and almost towed us. She even took our tire caps. So, sorry again, Kim. As always, it's been a pleasure creating new content for you guys. I hope you liked it, and I'd invite you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's content. Please stay tuned for another video coming in a couple days. That should be exciting. And feel free to catch up with us on Instagram as well for those daily posts. Until then, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll catch up with y'all soon. See ya.